And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
We're talking Giants every day. From McCovey Cove to the Oracle Park lights, Eric and Glenn keep the fire burning bright, fighting for the glory, no matter what it costs us, breaking down the moments from the wins to the losses. Giant Sports Talk, we're here for the ride. Eric and Glenn with the fan base pride, talking dreams, will they contend? But we'll back the Giants till the very end. Let's go, Giants! Yes, yes, yes! Ooh! Eric and Glenn breaking it down, all Giants all the time.
All right, Giant Sports Talk Live, special edition. There's a trade.
Breaking San Francisco Giants news. Eric and Glenn break it down. Now, on a special edition of Giant Sports Talk Live.
And of course, Lou is with us too. We got to get those updated. We'll eventually get there. But hey, how about that big news this morning? Buster Posey does what Buster Posey does. He gets out there early and he makes a trade. Patrick Bailey has been traded to the Cleveland Guardians for the 29th pick in the first round, and then also they traded for a lefty, Mett Wilkinson, also known as Tugboat. If you guys seen pictures of him, you'll understand why they call the guy Tugboat. But he's a lefty. So look at this, Glenn. I'm gonna kick it straight to you. We got the Buster Posey making moves, man, and it's good. I thought maybe they were gonna option him to try to work on things, but they wind up. I guess they seen enough, and they said, "See ya," and they made a trade with the Guardians.
I've seen enough surprises out of Buster Posey, so if they had done this, would it have surprised me? No, but I think Buster Posey at least is smart enough to realize that we got to get somebody now for this guy. You can't trade him later. You got to trade him now. I was mostly stunned not by the move, Eric. I was stunned by all the other channels. Alex Pavlovic. Alex, Alex is hanging out in the dugout with this team all the time. He's like, I saw him in San Diego, and he was, rubbing shoulders with these guys and rubbing elbows. And Alex Pavlovic, I quote, the stunning Patrick Bailey trade. I'm like, what are you talking about stunning? The guy is like prolific at one thing, sucking at the plate. The guy's batting like 140. I mean, he weighs more than that. You say a bad player hits his weight? This guy is so bad, Eric. This guy is so bad. And we found a sucker. We got a 29th pick. I don't care about no tugboats rolling in. I don't care. It can sink. It can sink. We got the 29th pick. What was Cleveland thinking? Thank you. Thank you. Your Rock and Roll Hall of Fame sucks. Your GM must suck, because this was Buster. Beautiful. What do you think, Lou?
I think something definitely had to be done. I actually sent you guys in the private chat. They had a thing on ESPN. They rated the trade for Cleveland a C and for the Giants a B+. So obviously I thought it was a great move. Not really surprising. On last night's show, me and Glenn talked about it. You guys cannot have four especially catchers on the 26-man roster. It's a waste. And with the Giants being a last place team, why would you have four? But again, knowing the Giants, that's something maybe they want to do. Nobody understands. But I think the key thing in the last 3 days is you've seen something happen. Jesus Rodriguez, that we did get in a trade, so you got to give Buster, even though I've been very harsh on him, we did get him through a trade, has been hitting the ball. Right. And then Susac has only been in the minors 3 days. My God, he had 2 homers the other night. The guy's hitting. And then, of course, tonight we have our third catcher. You had to do something. And it was either, DFA him, send him back to the minors to try to get something. So I was hoping for a box of rocks, and we got something better. We actually got a player. Now, again, Tugboat is a little bit far away, but you got something, and you got a draft pick. The one thing about the draft pick is you could take that draft pick and your draft pick and trade both, actually, if you want to move up, if there's somebody that you actually have your eye on. I know it just happened, but that's something to always think about. So I think, it was Bailey's time. I think the one thing about Buster, and I'll give him credit, we all know how good he is defensively, okay? But this year he wasn't the same. He wasn't hitting his weight. So you got to make a move. And, I thought it was it's one step in the right direction. I think a lot more needs to be done, but it's still big news, or we wouldn't have done the special edition of Giant Sports Talk Live.
Lou Sr. has been in our chat quite often, and he says this isn't about winning now. It's about winning in the future. I think Buster Posey is actually doing a good job looking toward the future. You and I said on the show last night, how are they going to keep Bailey? Is Bailey going to be coming off the bench? He can't pinch hit. The guy can't hit at all. You're going to rely on him. People were like crapping out on Encarnacion being a pinch hitter late in the game. I sure as hell would rather have Encarnacion coming off the bench in a late game than Patrick Bailey. So I think this is great that Patrick Bailey, you know what? He's moving on to another team. Didn't we see that with Joey Bart? What did that amount to? He was no superstar there. I think the other team's going to get what they get what he is. And I think that Buster Posey's done a great job setting up the future behind the dish. Now you've got two guys who can catch, who can hit. And that's always something that I've beefed about on this channel for almost 2 years now, saying that you're not going to win with a guy batting 148 in your lineup. That is just, it's horrid. And not the fact that we just had one. We've got too many guys that are batting around the 200 mark, and that is going to – you cannot compete on a consistent basis with a bad lineup. Patrick Bailey was the worst apple in the orchard. And don't you agree, Eric? Don't you agree that the future is much brighter for this organization? And I think that Buster Posey, I think he sees a little bit of himself in Susac. I think he knows that this was the time to pull the deal, get it done, and I think the Giants are better for it.
Yeah, I like what's going on. And we criticize Buster Posey about trades and free agents. I get it, but look what he's doing with I guess you could say this trades and also the draft. Look at this. You had Daniel Susac, who was a Rule 5 draft pick. The A's gave him up. The Twins wind up trading him to the Giants as a Rule 5 draft, and the Giants are reaping the benefits of that. How about that? Jesus Rodriguez. Yankees didn't want anything to do with Jesus Rodriguez. And look, he still probably has to work behind the dish a little bit more. He's not exactly a perfect product behind the plate, but the guy can hit. We all know the guy can hit. You went out there and you traded for Drew Gilbert out there in that center field. Look, he's doing okay, right? This is really his first last year he had a run, of course, but look what he's doing. He's part of the lineup right now until Bader gets back, and I wouldn't be surprised if they wind up platooning him. But the Giants got some young guys already on the club that are doing something. You got Blade Tidwell. Unfortunately, he was did they option him? I can't remember if they optioned him. I can't remember if they so, but he was part of the bullpen in the beginning. I mean, they're doing something here with the Giants. Again, they're sprinkling in some of the young guys, and they got some of the vets. We've seen this before. We've seen this before in the past in World Series runs under the Giants. Did the Giants really undertake a rebuild? They never undertook a rebuild. What they've done really good in the draft. During the World Series runs, look at the rosters and look where it was as compared to young guys and veterans. It was a mixture of both, and they were able to win with that. And Buster Posey is trying to do that right now, again, with some of these trades. But no, to your point, Glenn, you're trading Bailey, and Lou talked about it too, getting that 29th draft pick in the first round. You got 2 first-round picks now, and that's huge. And that's how you're going to have to build this team. We sit here and complain about it all the time. We gotta do it from within. Well, unfortunately, it just takes time. And Buster Posey is doing it.
I won't criticize Tribe for his comment. They stole vote from us too. So, watch Bailey. That is the problem with Giants fans, Eric. I don't listen. Once you reach the door, once you reach the SFO, you're over at the airport, Eric, I forget about the player. I don't care. I don't care if he wins another 10 Gold Gloves. We're not. Tribe, are you a Cleveland fan? Are you a Cleveland fan? I don't care. I worry about what we get and what we do in the future. It's not about what we're giving up. It's about what we're getting, and I think we get a brighter future. And Tony, I'm worried about Jesus' defense and Susac's health. Fans will turn on them soon. Well, then they're not fans because I just listened for a month. Susac's got to play. Susac's got to fucking play. Why is he not in the lineup? So now you're going to turn on Susac just because, well, now he traded Bailey. Is everybody a freaking loser in this organization? What are we talking about?
You want
Bailey. You want Bailey to get out of here. And then, oh my God, now I'm worried. Come on. Are you a true fan or not? That's all I got to say, Eric.
That you're that happens, man. Unfortunately, in fandom, that's what happens, man. You'll sit there and you'll talk about, well, if they didn't trade this guy or if they trade for him, and look, what's done is done, and you can't undo it, right?
I'm as critical as anybody. Super salty Lou down there. We're critical. I know you can be critical at times too, Eric. But the bottom line is you don't worry about the past. You got to worry about the future. Yeah. And the future is much brighter with Patrick Bailey wearing another uniform.
Yes. I'm sorry.
I would rather be in a first round playoff series, Eric, with the game on the line and Patrick Bailey hitting against than for us.
Yeah, I agree. And look, defensively, a huge benefit, but that's ran its course. I'm sorry. You can only do so much. You cannot continue to throw out a guy who's batting 150 in a lineup. You can't. Now, Cleveland is going to do it. So I don't know what they're going to do, if they're going to be able to work with Bailey as far as his bat. But this is just, you can no longer keep Patrick Bailey. And I guess, and who knows, I saw this, FP and Susan Slusser were talking about this. Remember when Ryan Walker was spamming those fastballs? I guess that was because of Patrick Bailey. And there's a report, they talked about it on their podcast, that Tony Vitello and the pitching coach tried to get Bailey's attention, saying, stop spamming fastballs. Lo and behold, what happened? A disaster happened in Philadelphia. So look, maybe that was the straw that broke the camel's back and said, you know what? Hey, if you ain't going to hit, if you're not going to pay attention to what we're trying to tell you as far as calling pitches, well, guess what? You need to get going. And hey, and then look, I've seen enough. I'm sorry. I've seen enough of Patrick Bailey.
Did you see him last night? Did you watch the game last night, Eric? I know you weren't.
I heard it on the radio. I was on the road.
At the end of the game, Lou, you were on your way home. So maybe guys in the chat, I got to throw somebody, guys in the chat, back me up here. In the ninth inning, we saw Bailey at the last inning. He was catching. He was all out of sorts with the dugout. His arms were going, and he's like almost like, what am I supposed to do? Like he looked frazzled, Eric.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Patrick Bailey at the end of the day, guys, I mean, Eric, let me ask you, or Lou, I know you want to chime in, Lou. So let me ask you.
One question. I'm not the expert, and I'll be right up front. So with the four catchers, because he was, they got him from the A's because of the. That
was Minnesota got him from the A's. And then Minnesota traded him to the Giants.
Want to sign him. Then they traded him to the Giants. So if the Giants would have sent him down and taken him off the 20-man roster, he would have gone back to Minnesota. Am I right?
Correct. He would have. If you release him, he goes back to Minnesota. Yeah.
Minnesota. So they were sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place, because here's one thing. Giants actually became a better team getting rid of Bailey. Less distractions. Obviously, there's problems in the dugout. Eric, one of the things me and Glenn talked about last night is your boy was fuming again because Chapman was on first, went to third, didn't even look at the third base coach, was out by 500 feet. He also had another run blunder, and your boy, who is there for a reason, literally threw a ball up against the dugout, took a batting helmet, and just threw it and walked away.
Wait. Who is this? No. Who's my boy? I don't know who you're talking about. Who are you talking about?
Coach.
The former third base coach.
No, your former
Lotus?
Lotus went nuts
because he goes, where, I was sitting, he goes, F again, another blunder again. And it was bad. You probably didn't see.
So who is he pissed off? Was he pissed off at Chapman?
He was at Chapman because they didn't even look at the third base. If you would have saw it, literally
wow, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
He gave it up. And then Lotus.
And on top of that, Lou, you brought that up in the show.
Yeah.
On the back end of what I got pissed off at. Eric, I don't know how they called it on the radio. I hope they called a spade, as we like to say in Giant Sports Talk Live. What the hell? I think this is a minimum of 3 times this year that I'm just like fed up to the hilt with Schmidt.
No
First
outs.
and third, nobody out, and he runs on the ground ball. What are you doing? Little League, you're taught all this stuff. The Giants throw it out the window because I'm getting paid all this. I'm doing what I want to do. What are you? There's no, like I've said to Lou, you got the ownership, you got Buster, you got the coaches, you got the players are down here. You do what you're told all the way up the channels. They're doing, it's a free-for-all over there, Eric. The inmates are running the freaking asylum over there.
I don't know. I don't look.
What do you think, Lou? You were at the game last night. How far was Chad? What was that like? What are you doing, Schmidt?
On the ground ball with no out, hit because they had the infield in, was hit so hard. There's no reason for him to go. He was out 30 feet. When he didn't look at the third base coach again, he was out 50 feet. Remember, it's only 90 feet between bases. And I've never seen Ron Wotus ever get ballistic like that. And then when he went up to talk to Chapman, telling him, Chapman just got his mitt and walked away. And, it's becoming a problem. Again, same thing happened to Casey 2 nights in a row. And, we talk about always, maybe it's the third base coach. If there's a problem, then put somebody else at third. This is
do what I said, Lou.
Oh, yeah.
Or
as Glenn said, just don't even have a third base coach since nobody looks at him anyway. But, I think it's one of those things where this team cannot make bonehead mistakes. We're dead last for a reason. We always say we win as a team, but literally we lose a lot as a team. It's just not one guy. It's not our big 3. It's this, and, we talked last night too, your boy Devers, 8-game hitting streak, hit one literally to dead center. And everyone says, oh, Devers is 100% back. When you have a 8-game hitting streak, last night's homer was great because it tied the game. But it depends when you hit in that situation. And I think too many times Giants fans in general use what happened last night, not over the last so many games. Not, we have a losing record at home. Oh, we're in dead last. Oh, but we won last night. Ray last night had twice where he got out of bases loaded situation where one big hit, the Giants lose, and that brings up tonight, it's sort of amazing. The timing, I think, definitely had to be done. I did not see the 9th inning. All I know is in the chat, people said Bailey saved the game. And now I'm hearing about Glenn, what happened. I think one of these things is something had to be done, the timing, because we're going on a huge road trip. We have a chance to take this series. You got to handle situations now. Forget about the past. Forget about the future. It's all about today's game.
You're not lying. Yeah, you gotta take each game as it is. There's no doubt about it. You can't. You get too far in the future, or you start thinking about the past. Well, you may miss what's going on right now. So I mean, goodness gracious, I tell you, it's interesting. And there's a twofold effect here with this move too. Not only the whole situation with Bailey, right? We understand the whole Bailey situation, but to a certain extent, it shows that Buster Posey has expectations. And if you're not going to meet those expectations, well, maybe you just may be moved. Now, is that a shot across the bow for the vets? I don't think so. Look, the vets are pros. They understand what it's like to be in the big leagues. Come on.
Well, then start playing like pros, Eric. The more prolific the player, the worse they are acting.
Hold on. Let's just see what happens. And again, it's still expectations. And then let's see what the vets do with it. And then that's going to be up to Buster Posey to take the corrective action. And what is that going to be? I have no idea. I don't talk to these guys. I don't know. All I know is, hey, yeah, we're watching these guys play and we want to see better. There's no doubt about it. So how does Buster Posey get his team on track? Does this move, does it automatically mean that the Giants are going to have fortuitous future? No, they're not. We don't know. It's a good move. Let's see what happens. And that's the whole thing. He made a move to make the team better. Let's see if the team could take advantage of it and actually do something and start winning some more baseball games.
I don't think they're going to win until they make more moves, Eric.
Oh, they may. Who knows?
I waited.
They need to address the bullpen. They need to address the bullpen.
I waited 19 years for a left fielder. Is Ramos the best we could get? Is he the best? My new name for him. I told Lou I was pissed off about Ramos the other day too. I mean, I'm pissed off about everybody on this roster. The only guy I'm not pissed off right now about, I can't believe I'm saying this, is Jung-Hoo Lee. Jung-Hoo Lee, I think, has done everything he's asked for. He's playing a hell of a right field, in my opinion.
Yeah, look,
he's bounced around the lineup. He's just a quiet guy, doesn't ask questions. Look at the rest. Ramos is a coffee table on two legs, Eric. That's what he is, a coffee table on two legs.
Look, and this is the
it's
thing.
Unpredictable at the plate. When he's good, he's good. But the guy, I think he's a liability in the field. And you talk about defense. You're all defense. Well, I think he's a liability. Chapman, great defense. Great defense. But I think the biggest liability when you look around this team, the biggest liability in any aspect of life, if you're not going to obey the rules, there's the door. You get fired.
Yeah, the problem is with again, I'm gonna come back to it, and everyone ignores it. The no trade, no trade.
Wait a sec, Eric and Lou. Do you agree with me? I think the biggest issue that the Giants coaches are facing right now, and you saw it firsthand last night. I think this goes back earlier in the season. You know how prolific Schmidt was at second base back-to-back games, right? Well, let me ask you this. Do you think the problem now, just the free-for-all we're in on the base paths and just doing it, I'm doing it my way. I think it all goes back to there are no ramifications. No one does that and sits for 2 or 3 games. You're sitting for 2 games. That's it. You're out. Don't even dress tomorrow. But no, what did he do last night? You said, Lou, they try to approach. The players don't care. There's got to be ramifications for their actions.
Okay. You said Schmidt had a bad play yesterday? Because I don't remember that one.
2.
You said Schmidt
had 2.
Okay. Yeah. Is he in the lineup today?
He should sit the next 2. Yeah, he should be playing next week.
So maybe Tony Vitello is going to do that. Maybe yes, you're our hottest hitter, but if you screw up, well, guess what? You're going to ride the bench. And today, what is the lineup? Lee is leading off. Arise is their 2-hole. Ramos is batting 3rd. Devers is your cleanup. Eldridge is batting 5th. Adames is batting 6th. Chapman, Gilbert, and Haas are your 7, 8, and 9.
Hey, Lou, look at that, Lou. Another new lineup for you, Lou. Pin that to your
Eric. Yeah, Eric, I have a question. Do these guys have any respect for Tony V being the manager?
We don't know that. I'm not going to even entertain that. I don't know. Okay. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's something that, I'm just going to throw it out there because the Giants, forget about Buster. The manager has a job to do. And, the one thing is I didn't realize that the third base coach is a buddy of Tony V's. Okay. He came with him. So we're not getting rid of him.
He's been in the Giants organization for years. Hector Borg.
But he's a good buddy of Tony V. They had an article. I guess they knew each other, or he might have coached.
Maybe in the past or something.
Yeah. So he's not going anywhere. So I just think the one thing is it's just not happened to a few players. It is just sort of ironic where last year we were horrible running the bases and it hasn't improved. And I think if I'm going to get upset anything, you got to blame the whole team for that because that was one of the problems. Last year was Ramos on the running the base. This year it's been Casey. The other thing about Chapman, he might be sitting because last night, besides making 2 bonehead plays, he was 0 for 4. And if you've seen Chapman, he's starting to fade. And I think with a rise back, the best thing about the Giants is you realize you have a solid hitter. And with him not being in those 2 games, you felt it. So with him, I don't care who you take the day off on the infield. I don't want Rise to ever take a day off unless he asks. It really, really hurt. But like last night, he did it. And then I got to give credit to Eric because, with Jesus Rodriguez, I didn't really realize it, but I went and saw Tuesday night. I've never seen a worse stance ever in my entire life. I even commented last night at the game saying, what is wrong with this guy? But what's great, is he hits the ball wherever it's pitched. So for the second night that I've seen him, he went to the right field line and the ball went in. So that tells me, he's a solid player. And we all talk about, and Eric, you say this all the time, you can be great in AAA, but when you get your opportunity in the majors, you need to perform. He has performed. I'm still waiting for Eldridge. That's all I want to say. And he had the night off last night, so hopefully he comes back tonight.
Yeah, that's kind of shocked me. Were you guys shocked? Well, kind of just a little bit. I was shocked that.
Just wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, that was a little weird. He's in there today, though. He's batting fifth.
It's funny to see he's in there, or not in there yesterday, I should say.
Yeah, not yesterday.
I think today is perfect opportunity to have him in the lineup. Obviously, you got a right-handed pitcher going, so Schmidt's out. Schmidt's. I don't think this. See, again, I don't think this is an issue of. Well, this is retaliation for his play on the field. I think this is. They're just. They're playing the.
I don't think he's had a day off in a while, right? Schmidt has. He probably needed a day. He's been playing every damn day for as long as I can remember. He hasn't been out for very long.
And I'm not saying trade him. I'm not saying trade him. I'm not just.
No.
People, someone's got to stand up, and Tony V's going to walk in the locker room and pull the old USA Hockey. He's got to flip a table, throw the Gatorade, and say, boys, there's a new fucking sheriff in town. You're going to do what I say, or you're not going to be here. Period. I don't care. There's no trade, Clyde. I don't care.
And honestly,
there's a new sheriff in town. You got to listen to me. You got to listen to my coaches. My coaches are an extension of me. And I just think they're running free will over there right now. I mean, it's obvious on the base pass. They're running, it's free will.
That's just ridiculous. Yeah. That's just ridiculous. You cannot be doing that. I'm sorry. You just that's inexcusable to be able to go out there and do that kind of stuff. Especially the way that they've been playing. Yeah.
Even what's his name, Lou? Did you catch who was it? I saw it might have been last night's game. Arise did the same thing. Arise. I look up to Arise as a ball player. And he's not even paying it. He wasn't watching the third base coach at all. So nobody is.
Interesting. That day, maybe that's a story. I'm gonna have to spin. See, the problem is when you watch the broadcast, you can only see so much. So
I agree.
When you watch it, I think watching it's better than the radio, because listening to the radio, it's far too much. I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid by the organization. I can't call a spade a spade. I'm getting paid. Here, we're not paid by the organization, so we can't call a spade a spade.
You can't. That's only one way is the radio, is if you're in the car. So,
all right, Eric. What about the other big news? Were you shocked or not shocked that our supposedly best pitcher from the last 5 years is on the DL? And what does that mean to you?
He's got knee brucitis. That shit's no joke.
What exactly is knee brucitis?
You get a big old knot in your knee, and it hurts like a mother. I mean, you cannot just.
So do you think this happened during the game, previous?
You know what? I would not be surprised if he's been, because it'll last a little while. So who knows? Maybe he's been dealing with this for some time. Trevor McDonald is called up to take the place of Logan Webb. So how about that? I mean, hey, look, if he's going out there pitching hurt, you don't want your pitchers to go out there and do that. And he prides himself. I heard this on the radio. He prides himself on wanting to go out there, take the ball, and do what he's supposed to. He doesn't want to have any excuses. And look, I can value that, man. That's something. He doesn't want to make excuses, but it comes to a point though, if it's affecting your play on the field and it's not going to help the team win, sometimes you just have to. Sometimes you have to do that. And look, the team took action. They said they put him on the 15 days, so now he's gonna rest a little while and get that thing taken care of. So, no, was I surprised? No, I think it's the right move. You got to go out there and look. Trevor had a fantastic game, and look, does that mean he's going to pitch against? That means he's going to pitch against the Dodgers, right? Yeah, so that's going to be interesting in LA. Hey, good. It is what it is, man. Welcome to the big leagues, man. You know.
And Eric, Glenn brought up a great point. I even saw the announcement today. This series in LA, I know we took 2 out of 3, but expect anything. I mean, Major League Baseball and Major League TV is doing all 4 games. They're bringing their studs to announce. I don't know if we're going to see it out here. Probably not, because we're going to see our guys. But it's big. So we're really going to see the Giants and Dodgers this weekend. I mean, on Monday through Thursday. And it's going to be something pretty big. So here's the McDonald I want to see. I need to see 75% of what you did previously. Keep them in the game, because when you go to LA, it's going to be sold out crowd. The place is rocking, especially after what happened when the Dodgers came here. It's going to be crazy. And, you know, I do want to say one thing, because we didn't bring it up last night and today, RJM, I'm going to say it. We lost 2 legendary people in the baseball industry. Okay.
3.
Well, I just know the 2. Of course, the great Bobby Cox, who was the Atlanta Braves, great manager, was spectacular using pitchers and everything. And then I got to give it out to Ted Turner, because to tell you the truth, Ted Turner and TBS, you always saw the Braves. It put the Braves on the map. It was a way when I grew up, I'd come home. Once you got cable, you got to see the Braves, even though they weren't my best team. It was nice when the Giants would play the Braves. You saw them. So 2 big moguls I want to give a shout out. I mean, Ted Turner, of course, you know, we all know CNN, but before it was TBS. And I thought the great thing is he was also an owner and he was at the games. So I want to do that. And of course, Bobby Cox. And I think it's ironic they both passed away so close, being affiliated with the Atlanta Braves, who, of course, as we remember, were in the National League West growing up. Go ahead.
And John Sterling also.
Oh, yeah, the voice.
So, I mean,
it's sorry, you're right. 3, but I was just thinking of the 2 with Atlanta.
No worries. No, I get it. I mean, it's crazy.
Owners that are invested, Lou. What a concept, what a theory around baseball these days. Because when I was a kid, I mean, the Braves, their value. Look what it did to the value, Lou, of your franchise. You had the Braves and the Chicago Cubs. They were nationally televised. I knew that every day I could tune on in the middle of the afternoon. There's a Cubs game on, or the Atlanta Braves are playing tonight. Wherever the game is on, they were ahead of their time. And John Sterling, what is it about? And we saw this with the Dodger broadcast, Vin Scully. What is it about broadcasters, Lou? And no matter what age they are, I know they were getting up there, but as soon as they retire from the game they love, within a year,
at least they're leaving at the right time.
Eric and I are going to be doing Giant Sports Talk live for about the next 47 years anyway. I figure at 47 years, that'll be enough for me. I don't know if I can stand 47 years, but you know what's got to change? Senior is right on the money. He said it before. I said it too, but nobody freaking listens to me. Tony V wasn't brought in here to manage a team full of old fogies. Tony V has got to get a lineup that he can work with and build and let it grow. So Susac behind the plate, perfect for Tony V.
Yes.
Perfect. A young lineup is what the Giants have to do. And Eric, would you please convince everybody? I'm sick and tired, not only here, all the other channels as well, people coming on the channels, and I see in the chats, ours today a couple of times, stop it. No trade means they can never be traded. That is bullshit. Just because you have a no trade clause does not mean you'll never be traded from the organization.
Oh, you could. You just have to work with the player. End of story. It's not easy.
Or you piss him off like a union, right? He's in it. That's what it's like being a union.
I'm telling you.
Piss him off so badly he wants out.
Or turnabout's fair play. He could sit there and say, and then what are you going to do? You ain't going to trade me.
That's fine. No, that's fine. Then you sit him on the corner of the bench, and that's it.
Right?
Thanks
now,
for coming.
Do I think that's going to happen? No. But thing is, you're going to get, the whole, the acronym of, or not acronym, but the saying, you attract more bees with honey or flies with honey than you do with vinegar, right? Well, you may have to do this. If you want to move on from, say, a Matt Chapman, well, you're going to have to work with the guy. That's
why I've worked in the media for 47 years, Eric, and I'm no beekeeper.
Right. Well, but I'm just saying it's different. I mean, when we're talking about professional baseball, they have to look. Buster Posey gave him a no trade, so he's going to have to figure out if he wants to trade him to figure that out. But the thing is, it's not easy. You can't come in here and say we're just going to trade these guys. It's okay. It's like, let me get on my Yahoo Fantasy trade accept. It's not that easy. You got to go talk to these guys. First off, you got to talk to the team that may want them or not want them. Then you got to talk to the player and say, hey, player, you want to waive your no trade? And then you got to talk to ownership and say, hey, by the way, if we trade this guy, we're going to have to eat about $50 million. There's so many moving parts to this. It's not as easy as just saying, I want to trade him, and then it's done. It takes time. And look,
Fair enough.
And
but I think
that Bailey trade may have taken a little while. That's why they had three catchers come up, because I think they might have been working something, and it could have happened at any time. So you had to have guys up to do something, right? Because if you lose your catcher, you gotta have something.
Fair enough, Eric. But, and again, no disrespect. I've been hard on Eric lately, Lou. But
no, it's all good.
On the heels of you saying that, if you can trade Patrick Bailey's 147 average anywhere, you could trade anybody. That was a wizardrous move. Buster Posey, this may be go down so far. Buster Posey's best move. Get what he got for this guy. This was highway. I mean, he should get 5.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what else helped? The team they got club control until 2030. And the Guardians love that. The Guardians absolutely love having guys where you don't have to spend them a lot of money.
That's great. Then I don't have to worry about them till 2030.
Yeah,
Somebody else's problem.
Yes, exactly. So, and look, it was much easier to trade a Patrick Bailey than it is a Matt Chapman with a no trade. That's just the reality. No matter how it's just not easy. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm saying it is not easy. It's going to take a lot of coordination.
And Eric, what did Bailey make? $2 million?
Not even. Did he?
If that. And he was a Gold Glove twice. Eric, we just traded a Gold Glove. That's why WAR and Gold Gloves mean nothing. Let's remember that. I'm going to tell you. All I remember is you guys don't understand. Chapman's great because of his WAR. Oh, yeah, kiss my ass. It means nothing. Okay?
Because a lot of it has to do with his defense, yeah. Same thing with Patrick Bailey. That's the problem with WAR.
Yeah, I agree. And the other thing is, I thought he was one of the worst guys I've ever seen work in the ABS because he's not used to it. He might be good in a couple of years, but as Glenn said, I've never seen anybody in the first inning tap his head. He didn't adapt to it because he thought he was better in the ABS. I mean, we still don't know how the ABS works. Is it when it first crosses the plate, middle? And I think the ABS might have hurt Bailey on defense. And like I said, they're stealing. I mean, last night with Rodriguez, San Diego tried 8 steals. 8. So, again, maybe the Pirates. Yeah, Pirates. Sorry. But I mean, every pitch they were going foul away. Oh, they were trying this. So, you guys, we're going to have to be happy without Bailey defensively, but we're going to be so much better offensively, and it's again, like I said, you're not going to be worried about the 7, 8, 9 all the time. With Susac, you guys didn't even know who Susac was. But when he went on the DL, it was like, oh, my God, what are we going to do? Susac, he should have been up 2 years ago. Well, first of all, we didn't have him 2 years ago, so you guys got to relax. And it's just amazing how it's come, So I just want to bring that up, And Rodriguez, hey, he's new. I hope it lasts. But, as Eric says a lot, once the major league sees him and realizes with that stance, maybe he can hit the inside pitch or whatever, he will come down to reality, but I like what I'm seeing right now. Yeah, Bailey was making $800,000. That's it.
That's nothing. That's league minimum.
My God, that's my bar at Tommy's.
Didn't overpay for him.
Nope.
Speaking of which, hey, look at this. Jim donates a nice $10. Thanks, Jim. Says, sorry, guys, I'm late. Finally, he's gone. The lineup should move more smooth. The 29th pick and Tugboat. This guy is going to be the real deal. Glenn wants Danny Glover from Angels in the outfield. What is that? I don't even know. What does that mean?
I don't even know what that means.
What does that mean?
You know what that means?
Wants Danny Glover.
I just know the movie, and Danny's from the Bay Area. That's all I know.
Danny Glover wants. I don't know what the Danny Glover.
I don't know what it means. I don't like players from just. Well, he's a Bay Area. Fuck, that's another thing. That has nothing to do with this channel. But everybody else is always. Well, he's a local kid. He's from Marin. Got to trade for this guy.
I know that I hate hearing that too. It's just like, come on.
I wish we had more of those guys in our fantasy league, Eric. Jesus, he's from Marin. Got to have him in the lineup. We only have one in our league does that, and I love you, Robbie. But my God, Robbie Dizzle. Now I look at the lineups every day, Lou, and I'm like, oh, geez, Robbie Dizzle started the Giants today. He's got the entire Giants lineup. Jesus.
Yeah, he
Dead
does.
last.
Oh, by the way, his West Valley Vikings, they advanced. Good for them.
He's all excited about that. I get my daily dose of updates, Eric.
Well, yeah, same here. Way to go, West Valley Vikings. Way to go. They advanced, and now they're moving on.
I'm looking at the lineup, our 12-team lineup in fantasy, and Robbie Dizzle is sitting squarely
ensconced.
In 12.
Okay. It's all good.
12 out of 12. So, listen.
Thanks, Jim.
I'm ready to make a deal with you.
Armand's saying this because Danny Glover was a player manager. Is that what he's saying?
I don't understand, but I still don't understand the connection to.
He was the manager. No, he was just the manager. No, that's all. He was just a manager.
My God. I got to tell you, Tony Vitello looks in better shape than some of the players. Maybe he should be playing the outfield, roaming around left field.
But hey, I tell you what, it's interesting. You look, Giants. Look at this. I mean, this is pretty big if you think about it. Just kind of recap. Patrick Bailey has been the catcher here for some time. You know, he endured some, and others, wanted him to get out of here. He was a great defensive catcher. He's had his moments. Let's not forget he's had his moments, but with the way the team is currently constructed, you just couldn't do it no more. And now he's moving on.
And
he's moving on to Cleveland, right?
And with the manager.
Yeah. And now we're embarking on the Susac era, if you want to say. It's going to be interesting, right?
I think Scott's wrong. I could be wrong. Let's see how it plays out, Lou. Remember this day. I like to do this. Remember this day, Saturday, May 9th at 5:51 Central. With Susac as the main catcher and Rodriguez being the backup and able to play other positions, the Giants are now set at catcher. I don't think that's how it's going to go down. I think Susac catches, and Haas is your backup, and Rodriguez goes and refines his craft to AAA. I don't think Rodriguez stays.
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know.
I think they split up the two young catchers. Rodriguez is going to go down and work on it. And they want Susac's bat. I don't think you go with the two.
And it sucks because maybe.
Well, you've always said it, Eric. You don't want a guy sitting on the bench here and
no, you don't.
wasting away.
No, you don't.
So you want to send him.
I want to see him, but I'd like his bat in his hands. How do you get his bat in that lineup? And I don't.
Who? Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Then what you got to do is what I've said all along, and you got to start dealing these freaking ageless wonders. You want to get him in the lineup? You got to make an available position.
You can't just sit there and trade Chapman and then Rodriguez is going to be your third baseman because he doesn't have another position. He's been a catcher for almost his whole career. This year, he played a little infield. He played a little bit of outfield.
Why are you so against trading guys? Why are you so you're trying to fill gaps too? I want him in the lineup, but we got nowhere to play him. What are we going to do? Trade someone.
Because he's got to play a position. If the only position he could play right now is what? Rodriguez, what's the only position that you would feel confident in him playing?
Catcher.
Confident.
I don't want him in right field again.
No, you know what it is? DH.
DH.
That's where I'm the most comfortable. But how are you going to do that when you have Bryce Eldridge being the DH?
You make a trade. You got to free. It's like if you had no money, you got to free up cap space.
No.
What
DH.
do you do?
It's not cap space. I'm talking about the position.
No, I'm saying though, what would a team do? Well, we got no cap space. We want to work. But you got to get money off the books. You got to get players off the books, Eric. You've got a fear of we can't trade any of these guys. We can't trade them. You use that term. We can't trade them. Yes, we can. Why are you afraid of the future? It might not work out. Well, that's baseball.
Who are you going to trade to free up
a Rise? First thing I do, I trade a Rise. I trade Webb, and I trade basically the entire pitching staff.
So how does that get Rodriguez
Webb
in the lineup?
and Robbie Ray are gone. Arise is gone. I wouldn't wait for the deadline.
How does that get Rodriguez in the lineup?
Well, here's the problem.
I'm not talking about trades. I'm talking about Rodriguez and how to get him in the lineup.
Designated hitters, but only one can play. If you get rid of one, then you have one that's going to be there constantly. Who cares?
Who
we
are you
have
going to
two
get rid
DHs. Well, you got a guy that is sort of unproven in the pros, and you have a guy that's gone in the pros, and he's been doing pretty well. Looks pretty easy to me.
And don't you have
And I think
Lou,
with
Eldridge-
Eldridge, maybe you can get something better than
Eldridge
a box
plays
block.
first base, though. And Eldridge plays first base. So you plug him in at first base. And Devers plays third base. You put him at third base. There's ways to structure this ball club. And people are going to say, well, he won't. He ain't not going to be happy. Well, then get him out of here too. When the boss says you play Eric, I go to work Monday and the boss says, clean up the record closet. You clean up the record closet or you won't have a job on Tuesday.
Okay.
And
Why are we
interesting? That would be
why,
quite interesting.
Lou, this is the one thing lately it's got me so out of sorts is why do we stroke the ego of these players and like, well, we're going to do it their way. No, you do it management's way.
How do we know what management is, though? That's the thing. We don't know.
There's a lot of problems.
We don't.
The one thing I do want to say, the Giants got very lucky getting Susac. They are lucky for one reason. The Oakland A's actually have a superstar catcher. Where would Susac ever have gotten to play? They have Shea Langeliers. That guy's a stud. If the Giants were to get him, he would be our catcher for 10 years. Okay? So, unfortunately, Susac got drafted. They realized, oh, my God, Shea is such a stud. So you don't want to sign him. It's a waste of money. What are you going to do? You're going to have a guy that could be on the team that's never going to get any time? And I think that's the difference between the A's and the Giants. I don't remember the Rule 5 where the Giants couldn't draft anybody. They'd be desperate enough saying, oh, let's just take them. But again, it's one of those things. The Giants got lucky. They've gotten lucky, on these things. And that's unlike Farhan, where he just picked up every single crumb there was. This was actually a smart move. But, unfortunately, you had to take a sacrifice. And when you started the season, if you were to say we were getting rid of Bailey, people said you're nuts. You are nuts. You're going to make this team worse. It's actually better. And I think once we get rid of another big contract, Giants are going to be better for getting rid of that salary. That's what has to happen. I mean, what do you think, Glenn?
Well, this is another case. I've said it time and time again. Not that I'm always right, but usually am. We are in a situation with the fan base of this organization, Lou, and I see it daily, where they're more concerned about the going is on now and last week than the future. Like you just mentioned the Langoliers situation. Do you think anybody in Sacramento or an A's fan, I don't even like calling them Sacramento, an A's fan is saying, by God, but we lost Susac. They don't care. The future was brighter. Lou, what are we doing? If we had lost Bailey for any reason, you should not be losing any sleep over this, my friends. What are we doing?
We're last place team.
Again, they're caught up in the next thing. There'll be a protest. Lou, we got to bring Pablo Sandoval back for something. We got to have Pablo Sandoval. That'll be next, Lou. Talk about irate Lou. Yeah. Super salty Lou loses it and jumps off the bridge because we're having the Panda Day at Oracle Park. I can see it coming, Lou. I can see it coming.
Here's the thing. It's
Panda
early
Day.
in the season, and the Giants are in dead last. If we were in first place battling, we would do whatever it is to improve the team. For some reason, we're scared to try to improve the team because we're going to hurt egos and we might lose names at the gate. Glenn, you were talking about who you would trade. I would trade right now 2 people. Jung-Hoo Lee, because I don't think he's ever going to be more popular and you can get something. And I know our outfield, you don't see a difference with him. You understand him offensively, right? And then I would trade one of our arms in the bullpen because as we know, and it's only May 9th. And as Eric said the other night, we're shot. It's gotten so bad that Eric, I don't know if you saw who pitched last night for us. It was Wynn, and then who's the guy that throws 100 miles an hour straight as an arrow with a K? They're not going to pitch tonight. The Giants bullpen has gotten it, so they're not even going back-to-back nights. Yeah, Killian. Thank you. So, you got it again. I don't want to make a trade, but if you can just do little steps in the right direction, it's going to improve. And since you made the trade now, Eric, I know you always want to wait to the trade deadline, but there might be 4 or 5 other catchers that are out there. And right now, Bailey, a team like Cleveland, who's a better record than us, in contention, they're only getting him not for his offensively, but for his defense. The other thing is we're not even sure if he's even going to start for Cleveland. I assume not. He's probably going to be a backup and there in case there's a problem or maybe there's a possible injury. But it's just me. One of the things is I just hope this is a start, because if you don't do anything the rest and the Giants keep getting worse and worse, it doesn't help. That's all I'm saying.
What do you think of this deal, Eric?
Hai-Sung Kim is better than
I'm talking about a deal.
Greater?
Hai-Sung Kim for Jung-Hoo Lee.
No, I think he's saying he's greater. He says
no, I'm just
Kim
saying.
is better.
Okay, I shouldn't have brought that up. Okay, I'll start again. Eric,
So
what do you think of Hai-Sung Kim coming for Jung-Hoo Lee? I love that deal.
Isn't he an infielder?
Yeah, I would love that deal all day long, because that opens up. What does that open up, Eric and Lou? That opens up. You trade a Rise, and you can build your outfield. You can build. It sets up things.
But you already have a Rise. Why would you want to get Hai-Sung Kim?
We're getting rid of a Rise, Eric. One way or the other, a Rise will not be
if you're
here
trading
on
him,
August the 4th.
But if you trade him, right, you're going to get prospects in return. That's how it usually works. You're not going to get major league talent for that. You're going to get prospects because that's what it's all about.
To bring somebody
right?
up from Sacramento, one
Isn't
way or
that
the
what it's
other.
about?
Again, I don't know why you're afraid of prospects and you're afraid minor leaguers.
No,
what?
I'm not.
We got to get rid of Eric. It's time to clean out the deadwood.
Hold on.
Arise has got to go. Arise is not. Will Arise be here in 5? If we are a contending team in 5 years, Arise won't be here.
Oh, he may not be.
You're not going to be able to resign him for big money.
Webb and Chapman and Arise. And what does it matter if they're not here now? Because they're not going to be here when it matters.
All right, let's do this.
And we'll never be there when it will never matter until we make these deals.
I'll tell you what.
Because we sure as hell don't matter now.
Here's the thing. I'm not opposed to young guys. I'm not. But they don't always pan out. Here, let's do this. Saw this.
Well, are you telling me that
Here we go. Hold on. Let's do this.
Panning out now. We're last place team.
2014. First round picks for the San Francisco Giants going back to 2014. Tyler Beatty, not an organization. Phil Burkford, not in a organization. In 2016, they forfeited it for Jeff Smarja. 17, Elliot Ramos, part of the team. 18, Joey Bart, gone. Hunter Bishop, gone. Patrick Bailey, gone. Will Bednar, in the minor leagues. Reggie Crawford, haven't seen him since his shoulder surgery. Bryce Eldridge is up. Tibbs, gone. Keelan is still in the minors. So again, just because you draft people and you trade for these guys, it doesn't always pan out. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't mean I'm against it. I'm just saying that is not the end all be all. You're going to have to do a little bit of both. You're going to have some veterans. You're going to have some young prospects. You're going to have a little bit of all of that. And
I think that's above average, though.
Anything.
Bring up that list again. Show the folks at home that list. Show Lou that list. I think that's actually above average.
That's above average?
I think that hurts your theory. Because I just saw 4 of those players.
Who are with the Giants? How many are with the Giants
in the last 24 hours? 4 out of 11.
But where are they? What is Joey Bart doing for the Pirates?
Who cares?
But what's the point? You're saying you want to trade because the veterans suck and you want to get youth that's going to contribute. That's not contributing. What is he contributing?
Yeah, but
the rest of the guys.
I think
the rest of those guys aren't even part of the organization.
What are they contributing now?
Yeah, but Glenn, are you saying that you need the trade because you're getting other people's prospects, not Giants prospects?
Yeah, maybe. Good point there, Luke. Good point.
Sorry.
Hold on, real quick. There's something that just came across. I want to show. I'm going to bring this up. Let me bring up a banner. Alex Pavlovich just tweeted this out, so I want to bring this up. It's
stunning Bailey trade. What are they doing? Oh,
it is. Where is it at? Hold on, let me get it. Yeah, but he covers the team.
No one is safe.
Here we go. Hold on, let's do this. It's very low, but you'll get the drift. Hold on, let me do this. Bring it up, then we'll get the heck out of here. Here we go. Buster Posey on the Patrick Bailey trade. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more the confidence that we have in Jesus Rodriguez, Daniel Susac, and just the strides that we feel like as an organization they've made defensively. Both of them swinging the bat well, and as you noted, not necessarily only Patty, who's been off to a slow start offensively this year, but just as a whole, trying to find ways to get more runs on the board.
How did Bailey take the news when you guys kind of...
He was a pro. I mean, he was a pro this whole last week, with not even starting like he normally does. And just a pro about it.
There you go.
I thought I heard him mention
There you go.
their play defensively. So he wasn't exactly, we got to keep him around for defense.
Yeah,
He was okay at the other young players' defense.
He was. And that's the most important thing. It's about the hitting. We all know it's about that's as loud as it went. Boom. That's as loud as it got. I had it all cranked up. He was just talking very, very low.
Pumped it up to 12. Hey, Lou, before we get out of here, Lou, I
By
also
the way,
want to mention
Buster
that
looks horrible. Buster looks horrible. He's got gray hair.
Man.
He's lost weight. He
he
realizes
looks
this might be the worst decision ever. He should have stayed in the South in Atlanta. Because look at him. I mean, I know Eric, it was low, but that's just Buster now. It's amazing. I think this season is really, really growing on him, and I think he realizes this was a mistake, and it's hard.
He probably didn't, honestly, he probably really didn't want to have to get rid of Patrick Bailey, but circumstances tell you otherwise.
Oh, I think he knew he had to get rid of him.
No, what I'm saying is, as a person, he just his baseball skills didn't allow him to stay on the Giants. And I don't think Buster Posey. It's just, I think you could see it in Buster. You could tell that it bothers him.
Well, nobody can be in that position, Eric. No one could be.
No, you're right.
I told you, and I'll tell it publicly because it's not a big secret. My dear friend, Tommy D. I fired his ass. I fired Tommy D a few years ago. We still talk. He still comes on the show. Well, he doesn't come on the show very often anymore, but I fired him.
Yeah.
And we were buddies. But at the end of the day, I called him in. I said, this ain't working out. Appreciate what you've done for me. Good luck in the future. That was it.
No, absolutely. I'm saying is, by looking at Buster Posey, you could see it's wearing on him. That's all I'm saying.
I'll still have a beer with you at 5:01, but
he's
9
having
to 5. He won't be here.
Lou,
one other thing I wanted to mention to you was don't forget, everybody. All I've heard today is the impact that Bobby Cox had on the Atlanta Braves. Bobby Cox honed his skills as a manager and one of the best. Hall of Famer, buddy. But he did it in Toronto with the Blue Jays.
I tell you the truth, I did not even know he even coached Toronto. I just knew
him manager of the Blue Jays for years.
I knew him from Atlanta because I think he was there, 19 years?
Won the World Series, I believe, with the Blue Jays before Cito Gaston came in.
I know Gaston. I was unaware. Oh, I knew that. So, hey, I'm not an expert here. Okay, I'm not like Eric and Glenn. I'm still learning on the job.
Come on, Lou. Come on, Lou. Come on. Don't give us the woes of the you're not trudging along on this show, buddy.
All I do know is, first of all, Eric, thank you for doing the show, setting it up tonight. We will have a post-game show to see what happens. And if I do come in, I will have a little Tommy salute for Bailey for his couple years and his inside the park homer that gave me a thrill last year.
Hey, I think we're forgetting something before we get out of here. We haven't even talked about what do you expect tonight, Lou? We got you and I have already talked about it in the last night's show, but there's no morning show on a Saturday.
With
so we got a couple of righties going today. What do you expect? Now we've got a tough game tomorrow, guys. Right? Yeah. Tomorrow, Mally's going. I think tonight is the game.
I think being a Saturday night game, packed house. I expect Roop. I think the key to Roop is just need to get in a flow. And if he can get the first 2 innings behind him and get his pitching flow, the Giants will have an opportunity to win. If you notice his starts, except for one, he got shellacked early, and I saw Pittsburgh's lineup last night, 3, 4, 5. Really, that's what they have. So if you can get past them, get past first inning, get to the third, I feel very confident about the Giants.
And then Eric? You got, Logan Webb is going today, so I feel pretty good. I'll tell you what, though, tomorrow.
Webb's not going today.
Roop goes today.
Roop.
Yeah, Roop goes today, so I feel good. And the lineup's a little bit different. There's no Schmidt and there's no Rodriguez in there, so it's going to be a little bit different. I guess they're going lefty heavy, right? You got what was it? Jung-Hoo Lee, Arise, and then Ramos, and then Devers, and then after that is Eldridge, Then it's Chapman, I think, right? Chapman, Adames, Gilbert.
Lou, what's the weather like? My phone's dead. I can't look up
It's
the weather.
beautiful here today. Yesterday
What's
was
it like in
beautiful.
the Bay Area? We got that damp fog. It's going to be a damp night, Lou.
It's blue skies. Going to probably be about mid 60s. Going to be perfect. Perfect baseball weather.
My prediction, the Giants will lose tonight, and they will struggle to score runs. Reason being, what did they do yesterday, Lou? They put some runs on the board. If you
two-out
play the
hit.
averages, you play the odds, the Giants score 2 runs, maybe 3. That's it. They will not. Eric, it has been a bettor's
Paradise.
boom. It's been a bettor's boom because it plays out all the time, Lou. Now, there are days you're going to bet it and you lose it, but the law of averages say the Giants score 5. What did I tell you last week when we did the show?
They're
Lou?
lucky to
We said
score
they scored
2.
2 runs
And
tomorrow.
I think a lineup without Casey. Casey's been solid. He's been, except for
I can't
Rise
believe he's
taking the
not
hit.
in there. You're talking about Eric?
Yeah.
You're talking about getting guys into the lineup you want in the lineup? Rodriguez being one of them? Well, we got a team now. They're not even putting the best guys in the lineup.
Yeah,
so what does it
interesting.
matter? Right,
No,
Lou?
and
We're not even putting the best guys in the lineup.
I don't know what they're going to do, but be careful. Don't. I'll
But
tell you
I
what.
do like him if he's out of there because it's a message being sent, then I'm all for that too. You want to play? You play for like a pro. You're going to do it our way, not freaking do it your way.
We'll see.
It's never, and it hurts them. You notice there's the Adames one. He got in, and everybody in the chat's like, "Well, it doesn't matter. He scored." But for every good play, there's going to be plays like last night, Lou, where it's just he's out by 40 feet, and that's.
I'll tell you what. Tonight's not the most important game for me. You know why? Tomorrow, Bubba Chandler is going for the Pittsburgh Pirates. That guy is so bad. That guy is so. I'm gonna tell you something. If the Giants can't draw a walk against Bubba Chandler,
Well, you said the same thing about a guy with a 9 ERA. The
Trust
guys
me.
on the
No,
Pirates
no,
channel,
no.
the guys in the Pirates channel right
No.
now are talking about us saying they got some guy
No.
named Tyler Malley going.
What
for
I'm
them.
talking about is it's just no. I'm not saying they're not going to win. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if the Giants can't score runs or draw walks against the Bubba Chandler, trust me, I know from experience. Go draft him in Yahoo. He's been out there for a while. Yeah, go ahead, go get that guy and see how many points he'll put up for you. Yeah, I'd drop that guy quick.
Do you see who I picked up today, Eric?
No.
I got a guy on my team now. He's in my lineup playing tonight, named Ryan Waldschmidt.
Arizona Diamondbacks.
I got him, but I said, I have somebody. Robbie Dizzle, I give him his props, Lou. Robbie Dizzle, he may be in last place, and the reason being he dresses all Giants. But if there is a freaking prospect in the top 50 that they announce he's coming up, well, if you go to the fantasy, he's already Robbie's got him before everybody else. I don't know where he's. And you notice too, Eric, he sends us information before it pops up. Like he's like, yeah, they traded Devers. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, they traded him about 45 seconds ago. This guy is on top of stuff, Lou.
Yeah, he doesn't
I'll give him his
mess around.
props, and he loves his base. He's a hardworking guy around the baseball field, so I give him his thing. And he's a pretty good guy too. He messages
he's
me,
awesome.
he takes me to ball games.
He's a good guy.
He wants to be good to people too. He's a pretty giving guy.
He is. He's a really good guy. Absolutely. All right, let's get out of
Maybe
here.
got him
guys.
some
So
cards.
much-
Did I ever tell you, Eric? You know the deck of cards.
Yeah.
He's got a deck of cards. Remember you and I standing at the Big S out in the 4
Oh, yeah.
He's got the deck of cards with us.
Oh, the deck. I forgot about that. Yeah,
He
that's
almost cried. Did you ever show Lou your deck of cards?
yeah. I showed him. I got him somewhere
Oh.
around here. I showed him.
I don't know if Lou ever saw them. Everybody got a deck of cards, Lou, and it's Giants
nice.
theme, Giant Sports Talk
Nice.
Live theme.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're awesome.
Yeah.
All right,
And
so
it'll be
Eric,
available
are
for
you going to
trade in
join
the
us
store
tonight, or
soon.
is it me and Glenn, the post game?
Yeah, what's going on
I'll be
tonight?
here.
I thought you were doing Mother's Day.
I'll be here.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
let's
You
do it.
coming on, Lou?
I'll be here.
All right, I might be here.
I'll
It's
be here
early
around
game,
what?
right? Lou
8:45,
and I didn't
9
start the
o'clock?
show till midnight
9
last
o'clock.
night. I was like, what are
Yeah.
we doing?
Because the game didn't start till 7:15.
Yeah, I know.
God, if we had had extra innings last night, I would have been on till, I think I signed off at 2 a.m., Lou. I said,
Yeah,
if there's
I
extra innings, I'm
agree.
not off till 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Stick it.
All right, guys, enjoy your rest of your Saturday. We'll be back here for a post game, game 2, Giants Pirates. Let's go.
I'll be playing the funeral music. Funeral music.
We'll
Funeral
see.
fire.
All right, guys, see you tonight.
been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.